It's,
Yeah.
No, put it quiet. Want me to show you?
It is quiet.
No, you can silence it.
It is silent. Well, now it is.
Take the battery out.
Turn it off.
The wall.
So you can check which the speaker.
I don't know who's,
might be looking for,
the what?
yeah.
Put that out here.
Well, that's Jay. Jay, that's it, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There it is.
you're right. Your chariot. That's right.
Yeah.
So, what we could do is wait
Yeah, how to
until
find out.
regular.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we'll,
We're at no obligation, but I understand what you're saying.
right, I don't want, because I'm not paying my son twice, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't think we're actually
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be,
Right.
That's a
until
good-
we really find out what's going on between village and town, and how we want to handle that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think we have to, we can't find people who are interested, and if we find somebody that's
We can hold
interested,
them out.
that is fully qualified, and then what?
Yeah.
We don't have the answers to those questions. How long are they gonna be able to work with the town before we would be on our own, assessing values at 72 rates, can that be changed, and
Well, it's funny, I received an email today. I was copied on it. When was the last time the village, or the town was assessed? And his name, Mr. Moses from Tom, and Tom DeVinco. And it was, responded 1982,
82?
if I remember correctly. That's the last time the town was fully assessed, which means the last time the village was fully assessed. A lot of mayors went through this
Right.
village. Okay, no one has brought up assessment until now.
Which I actually met with Moses the other day and spoke about that. And it was his professional opinion, it would cost about $500,000 to redo everything in town.
In the town.
Well, everything, yeah, the stop in the grove, the town, and the village.
It would cost $500,000 just to take the time to reassess have to go to each
Yeah,
home.
because he said he couldn't do it, and they would have to hire a third party, which is actually better according to him, because it's impartial. Because if he does the reassessment, then there's gonna be a lot of animosity and complaint and legal suits against him. Whereas if a third party does it, you're kinda covered.
Okay, so we couldn't think of the term, but it's called data
Oh, we're
collectors.
looking
Yes,
to do that?
that's the guy.
That's,
Yeah.
we have that collected.
We
That's
have
what they
that.
hire, yeah.
But we have
But
them
we've always
in,
had
we have them in the town.
Right.
Now.
Right.
So if he wants to go to a third party for data collectors, why do we have them now?
Good question. Well, you saw that other email that came through, didn't you,
Okay?
last week from Moses? Where he said that they haven't been doing data collection since October, they postponed it because they were busy doing other things.
So what are the data collectors doing now?
Because I know you got copied on that,
What are they doing since October? They still get paid?
I'm assuming.
What?
I'm assuming,
It's unbelievable.
well, our wardsman stepped out.
It's like they don't
so
have
we
a
can't ask
conscience. Their title is that, I believe there's three of them.
Three,
Yeah.
what?
him. Yeah,
Data collectors.
yeah.
Wait, that is a third party?
No,
No,
They're
we pay
employed
for
by
it.
the town.
Yeah,
We
I
pay
know.
for it, yeah.
So we have three people, four data collectors.
Right,
but we're
and
gonna
I
pay
was
somebody
told
else
that
to
the
do it.
data collector that we used to have here in the village, or who was assigned to the village, did not want to work here anymore because Jeannie wasn't here anymore.
Do we want to do a complete reassessment?
Well, that's another issue that we have.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if we do another assessment, and all of the assessment is staying in the village of Washingtonville, then I don't have a problem with that. But it's when we're assessed,
Right.
and $1 of that assessment is going
Right.
somewhere else. That's the issue I think we all have.
Right, that's why, that's the
Yeah.
first step.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first step.
I think it's a step.
But I think
But
but in order to reach this step,
Yeah.
we have to find out the information that, that you are requesting. But they would be working, I look at it where,
Because that person would need a data collector.
The village versus the whole town.
But I wonder if that data collector could be part of the building department. I don't know.
It might be overwhelmed as it is, and,
Yeah, well, right now we have 2 building inspectors
yeah.
who are doing a phenomenal. Every day we're coming now
Mhm.
in the village. And we're finding things from the past that are now being corrected.
Just a point of reference back to the data collector, I agree, it would probably help to have one. But I'm sure that a data collector is not a licensed title, let's say. You know, a high school kid could be a data collector at, you know, $10 an hour. You know, I don't think we have to pay somebody $30 or $40 an hour to be a data collector. It's not a, you know, it's not a professional field.
So can I ask you a question? Okay, explain to me what the data collector is supposed to do that we're paying.
Collect
Yeah.
But are they, are they knocking on doors and saying how many bedrooms, how
No,
many bathrooms?
they can and they have, but most people won't let you
Did
in.
anybody else get a letter from the town to verify who owns your house?
No,
Huh?
You got
You
one.
got
You
one.
did? You
Uh,
did, huh?
From Moses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're working on
to
it.
verify who the owner of that SBL was.
Mhm.
Okay, so the data collector, they take the information and then what happens to it?
And put it in the computer.
And then,
Just that, so they have it on file, so they know it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom.
So when, I
They're
guess,
not physically
if they did do a reassessment, they have that information
Right.
available.
Any additions that have been done, decks, patios.
So they're asking the homeowner to fill out a form,
Yeah.
as
But-
opposed to actually going into,
and doing it themselves.
so that takes care of that side.
Well, I've heard from other people that they did knock on doors, but the person just said, no, I'm not letting you in.
Okay.
And refused entry. So they just stood outside and took some photos. So the guy can have 3 bathrooms and 4 kitchens, we won't know.
20 bedroom, 16 bath. Wow.
They'd asked to come in, but then most people say no.
Well, I wanna go back to the data collectors that stopped collecting data.
Oh, I'm not gonna let anybody walk around my house though, do you know what I mean? I'm personally not letting some stranger in my house walking around collecting.
Tom, are you aware of that? The data
What's that?
collectors in Blooming Grove who stopped collecting data in October?
No.
And
As
what
far
are they
as I
filling?
know, data collectors are out there actively
Yeah.
doing what, collecting data. Going to homes that have either been sold, changes, and, someone that does a building permit. For a long time, prior to Moses, it was a stalled and stale process. He has worked through many problems of getting that process restored, and the data collection is happening. And as you guys are talking, I think what might be helpful,
As if we,
rather than, and the point of the assessor, when we let the town do it, because the town can do it, there's, like you said, there's no IMA, there's no fees, there's nothing. At the end of the day, they always looked at it, being down here was just a replication of what's already going on in the town. And that was the reason we folded it here and just moved it up there. At the time, I think Cody was also down here as well. But, I could talk to Rob or Joe, maybe give Rob a buzz. I think it would be a good idea if there was any issue, have Moses come down and present what they do.
right, I think that's,
Because they are out there actively trying to get all the data they possibly can. Because one of the big things that has changed the equalization rates, and everybody's moaning and complaining, and rightly so, because it's affecting everybody, is the home purchases that have happened in South Blooming Grove. Their purchase prices have taken the scales and shifted them tremendously.
Yeah, they've inflated.
Yes.
but even before all that, me as a homeowner, or, I'm at home during the day, if someone is knocking on my door in today's craziness, why are you at my door, and are they asking questions, or do they want to, I think we need to educate the residents that this is going on, so, someone doesn't think this is someone trying to scam them, do you know what I mean? Because I would.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the people, everyone has ID cards, ID badges to present them when they come to the door. They
Listen,
should be
FBI came to my house
making,
one day.
trying to make appointments, I'm
fake.
assuming that would be the normal process.
Okay,
And when I go back
yeah,
to,
we can find out.
to the town, I'll get that information and come back.
Or even if there's a phone call or something on the web that says, you know, yes, we are doing this, look for their ID.
Yep.
It's happening in the next couple months, you know, this isn't a scam.
But
I
it's
like
not,
the appointments.
it's not just the,
Oh,
it's not just
That was
the
great.
houses in South Blooming Grove that's affecting it, it's the way that the new houses up here are being assessed. They're being assessed at current market value.
We're looking at some stuff right now because we just received the information from Orange County, and it is enormously, a very high percentage. And they had stated that it was largely part due to the home purchases in South Blooming Grove. It started last year and it's continuing this year. And we are fighting it to reduce those rates to bring, so somebody like was at your meeting the other day won't go from 16 or 15 or end up paying 18,000, 19,000 in taxes. Get it, totally get it, because everybody, it's affecting everybody. And it's, in some cases, it would just say it's unfair. But, you know, what the answer is, Moses is working with Orange County to get that number reduced.
I think it's a state, I don't think it's Orange County, I think it's a state.
Well, it might, the letter stated stuff about Orange County, I didn't say anything in there from the state, and maybe it comes from the state, trickles down to the county, and then the county distributes the bad news. But I think it wouldn't hurt, again, I'll talk to Rob, to see if at a work session he can come down and present whatever questions you might have. Or if you have questions, write them down. I mean, it's what's out there. Let me know.
You want to table it then?
Yeah, what we'll do is table this. And I think we need to answer some of the questions that we have, or Paul has, about. I think there's a lot of questions, more questions.
And if I could just, one other comment on that, from the meeting, and I know there were a lot of people from High Grove, and they were interested in hooking up with Kathy and or myself, it was where they landed, or where they live.
Right.
But if you have their information, I'd be happy to get names and numbers and reach out to these people.
I know some of them have contacted Kathy.
Not yet, I talked to her today after I saw the YouTube.
I think they were all in Kathy's.
Yeah, they're all,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but she hasn't heard.
Well, I shouldn't say that, I
specifically
think
from them yet.
that
Okay.
you might have 3 homes and then the road turns.
Yeah, it goes northerly.
Yeah.
You mean,
Thank you.
he said.
Okay,
Val,
we're gonna
we
table
table
the
the tax assessment.
tax
tax
assessment.
assessment.
Okay.
Okay,
And then
so
we
no
adjourn.
questions are, and then we're going to adjourn.
Are you serious? Are you guys joking right now?
No.
At least you could have brought coffee and donuts or something.
I
I
make a
could've used it, I'm
motion that,
starving.
I make a motion that Valerie takes.
Doesn't
us
get
all
credit
to
for this
Dunkin'
meeting.
Go
Actually,
for a real meal, because I'm like hungry.
actually, before we adjourn, I want to talk
That
about
is a real
something
one.
Valerie brought up today.
Yes.
It's not on the
okay,
agenda,
Okay.
the trash cans.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about
Good,
that, because
okay, make it worth my
because
while, go ahead.
we've discussed it, and Joe knows, with the guys from day one.
Okay.
They've always complained about that, and it has been an issue with the
Okay.
snow and the water.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
I mean,
that.
I feel bad, I've witnessed it.
Yeah, the reason I don't think anyone's gotten anywhere is because we talked about it before, we need to decide what do we want, because they're different colors, they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place.
Well, I thought I'd
you
also
know.
include,
So we gotta decide
Yeah.
what color, what scheme are we gonna go with.
well, I
And
think
it's
aside
very
from that,
expensive.
I think you should involve, my opinion, involving DPW in the decision, they're the ones emptying the pails,
Yeah,
they're the ones
yeah.
who make the
As
suggestion.
long as they have a lid, they're happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, I know there was a
Yeah.
specific one they had in mind, so
I
I
think
figured
the
the
ones
best
that you
price we
showed,
could
I think
find.
we already have them. The mesh,
Some of them.
Right.
that powder, right,
Yeah,
we
not all
have.
like that,
You know, I think the center of the village should be treated separately
yeah.
from the rest of the village.
I mean, I've driven around those areas where there's like 2 or 3 pails in a small area, I'm like,
Plus,
why?
they're all different, that's the other issue.
Right, yeah.
There's probably 4 or 5 different.
But I
types.
think the more, you know, people are not gonna throw the garbage on the floor.
I agree.
People will take it to the garbage.
Well, a lot of villages too, you have carry in, carry out, you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
You know, and we have,
Why are
you
you
know,
bringing garbage?
Valerie had ordered the large trash cans for events, whether
For
it be
date
farmer's
night.
market, date night, and so forth. So we have them. So it's really just, some parks.
As long
Yeah,
as,
that-
as long as it's an opening that's not big enough to get a household garbage in.
Correct.
Well, and that's what's happening down
Right.
for now.
Yes.
And-
Someone's
burn out
bringing their
or-
garbage.
It's happening in the center of the
In
village.
the center of the
Yeah.
village.
Are you,
Yeah,
And
for now,
burn out.
it's filled every day.
Well, I can tell you that